You're as cold as ice, willing to sacrifice our love. Oh man, good old times. We are. Oh man. Okay, this things are getting pretty chilly in this week's episode of Kamen Rider Gavv. And yes, I'm Mike, your host. Happy Wednesday, and we are here to discuss Kamen Rider Gavv episode 30, The Most Vile Presidential Daughter. Man, can you believe it? We're already 30 episodes into the show. That's insane, man. That's insane. Like, oh man, it feels like it was only yesterday when this season just started. You know, it's a good season when it feels like it went by really fast. Like, for real. Gotchard felt like it took forever. Let's be honest. Gotchard felt like it took forever. Skits felt fast. Revice, part of what made it feel long was the hiatus. Saber felt semi-fast, but mainly due to COVID. But, you know, we had that 50th anniversary project, and we're almost at the 55th anniversary. Can you believe it? That's been 5 years. And, of course, before that, we had 0-1, and because we started really late in the game and we had to abridge a lot of stuff, yeah, that was a short season for us to discuss, but it was still a good season, though. But, man, I still can't believe that that Gavv is already 30 episodes in. Are you guys enjoying the season so far? Are you loving it? Like for some people, it's like they're saying it's the most goated season. I'm not saying it's the most goated, but it is a damn good season, despite a few issues I might have had in like the second arc, which is not uncommon for any season. But oh man, this show is really good. It's getting some real Game of Thrones territory right here in a good way. No weird coffee cups that are outside of this time period. No, it is pretty standard fare. All right, last week we were introduced to some new characters. The president and his daughter of the Желудок family, and yeah, Jeeb seems to be using his wife. I struggle to remember their names. I need to look it up really quick because again, like with the 5 stomach siblings, you know, you got like it's actually like like it took a minute, but we know who is who. But yeah, Liesel Желудок is the daughter of the family, and her father's name is Baka. Liesel is, let's see, is there like an etymology section for like why her name is whatever her name is? I would really hate it if she wasn't a play on words like all the other characters were. But I guess that hasn't really been updated, like on the wiki. Like we know the actress playing her; she's about the same age as Sheeta's actress, which is interesting. But yeah, Baka is the Italian and Portuguese word for mouth. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Baka. So what about Liesel? Like what's her etymology? Because I'm not seeing anything for her. But yeah. So yeah, where we last left our main characters, they were in pursuit of a granny that's hunting after these 2 basketball players that Shoma, Sachika, and Lakia were in a team with. Yes, got to get my head in the game. Got to get your head in the game. And yeah, the reveal, like them finding him, was a bit funny. And of course, he's a Wonka Granude, and he gets chased around with using popcorn. Um, Gochizo to stop him. But then Liesel shows up and reveals, "Oh, I'm Jeeb's wife. Aren't we adorable? We're so cute. You're the meanie weenie red Gavini who's been bullying my sweet precious Jeeb." It's like, girl, Jeeb is the one that's been bullying him. But of course, she's a Granude, an evil Granude. They're good Granudes. She's an evil one. And it's not until like this episode where like I really noticed, oh yeah, the black side of his hair is cut up, because we've seen that in episode 16. But the thing is, his hair looked long again in the previous episode. But no, the white part is still long. The black part is the part that's like cut up like recklessly. But of course they retreat. It's like, oh geez, Jeeb is back. So yeah, I'm still sad that Sachika is not a writer. She doesn't have that little thing, with the bouncing gum or whatever that is. But our four main heroes, they have to contemplate that, hey, if the president of the Granude world is involved with the Stomach family, things are much worse than they appear. But yeah, so they have to go hunting for this Granude that's been going after those two basketball players. Meanwhile, in the Granude world, the president's having a meeting with a centipede dude, and this centipede dude like tries out dark candy for the first time. He uses a fork and knife and everything, and as soon as he eats it, he becomes addicted, like instantly addicted. It's like, oh yeah, anything you want, like I'm gonna do it, like I got your back, presidents, like. But please do supply me more of this delicious dark candy, because it tastes amazing. Where did you get it? Oh, it's a secret sauce. Yes, and even Lango offers him another cube as a peace offering. So yeah, clearly, it's always been the intent of these of Lango, that they would try to get higher ups addicted to dark candy, so that people in political power would be at their bidding. But now that the president's involved, things got a little ulterior. Yeah, and of course, Lango also demonstrates like how the disguise dolls work. So like he's in his human form for the rest of the episode. Our main character is to go investigate all these places that these basketball players could have been. Meanwhile, and definitely not in the basketball court, Liesel shows off like a bunch of toys she found in the human world, and her love for her human disguise. Of course, the president's not too happy about it. It's like, could you please refrain from using that hideous form while here? You could use it in the human world, but please keep your Granude form here in our world. And of course, they come to an agreement that yes, no, she's totally down with Jeeb. Do not, whatever you do not hurt Jeeb. It's like, oh well, yes, of course. I won't. I couldn't possibly do anything terrible to sweet young Jeeb, even though he is commoner trash as far as I'm concerned. But whatever makes my daughter happy. And of course, as soon as she walks away, he's like, okay, like all these toys, get rid of them. She's probably not even going to remember them anyways. These are her playthings, get rid of them. And that got me thinking, what if Jeeb is also a plaything to her? Like, I know he's using her for revenge, But what if girl is using him to have fun? Like what if they are using Jeep to get closer to the Stomach family so that they could have a monopoly on dark candy and access to the human world? And as far as Liesel is concerned, she only likes Jeep because he is fun. Soon as he stops being fun, she's probably gonna dump him. Maybe even stab him in the back or in the stomach. No pun intended, Hayarata Janaito. But yeah, so they go investigating. It's like, where could they be? Well, you gotta think like them. Like what do you do after you're not in a what do you do after you're done with the basketball game? Well, clearly you are in heat, so you're gonna want to get something to cool yourself off. And yeah, so they go to a convenience store, and like Shoma gets himself a nice popsicle. Nice dark berry one. Mm. What's really interesting about popsicles is they were invented completely by accident. Like 1905, Francis Epperson was a 10-year-old kid and at the time, instant soda was really popular. Kind of like Kool-Aid but carbonated. So he made himself some orange soda. Kept a spoon inside, and kept a spoon inside, and it was a bizarrely cold day or night in San Francisco, depending on who's telling the story. So that person accidentally leaves the cup of soda with the spoon inside out in the cold and forgets it. And then once he comes back, that soda is completely frozen. It's crazy. And so he tries using a little bit of heat, like any scientist would, a 10-year-old scientist. He uses heat to get the glass to slip out, but the soda's still frozen and it's held up by the spoon. So naturally, he tries to bite down on it, and oh man, this is tasty. This is really good, man. So he privately shares some with only his closest friends, waits until he becomes an adult, patents it. Originally, it was called the Epsicle because his name is Epperson, and the snack is shaped like a popsicle. Well, it's shaped like an icicle. So, but when he shares it with his kids, they call him Pops. So it's of course, we want one of your sickles. Pops, we want a popsicle. We want a popsicle. It's ooh, that's actually a cooler name. I'm going to start calling it a popsicle. So, popsicle, much like Jell-O and Kleenex, is an actual brand name of something that becomes so household that even off-brands start using the name popsicle. And he was a marketing genius because on a hot day at the beach, he hires a bunch of random kids to go to random soda vendors, say, "Hey, I want a popsicle. I want a popsicle." It's like, we don't have popsicles. We don't know what a popsicle is. What are you talking about? So you see this huge demand for this thing called popsicles. And all these people keep hearing about it, like popsicles. Wow, all these kids like popsicles. It must be amazing. And then in comes Epperson. In comes Epperson. And he has the monopoly on popsicles. This thing that all these kids are crazy about. Starts distributing them. And they're so cheap, they only cost a nickel back then. They only cost a nickel on retail value. but still, they made him rich, and they came in multiple flavors, mainly orange, cherry, and grape. And what's crazy is that during the Great Depression, he came up with a double popsicle where he would use two sticks instead of one, so that little kids could buy a popsicle and then break it apart and share with a friend. So it's like kids are getting it a little bit easier during the Great Depression by getting a nice cold popsicle. Unfortunately, the brand eventually gets sold for $50,000, I think it was. But the name stayed. Family got royalties, and the snack became so popular that even other people started copying it. Interestingly enough, there's an islands brand that came from Trinidad, where where this couple just wanted to make their own version of popsicles by using flavors based off of the flavors of their hometown, like pineapple, etc. They opened, I think, in 2014, probably 2014, 2015. But still, it's interesting how people put their own spin on an American classic. And it's even cooler that the American classic happened completely by accident by a random kid. That is some cool things to know about. But yeah, so our heroes, they're still looking around for where could possibly these people be. And one of the places they happen to look for is a bathhouse, because it's like, hey man, like imagine you're being tired. Maybe you might want to take a bath. Of course, unfortunately, Shoma and Lakia can't go to the bathhouse because, they both have a giant mouth on their abdomen, but Hanto can. And, of course, nothing's stopping Shoma from just simply wanting to check out the lobby. And, of course, the guy at the front desk tells him, hey, 500 yen, take your shoes off. You! That's right. The guy at the front desk turns out to be the monkey Granny the whole time. And he just runs out. So naturally, Shoma and Hanto make chase with him. Meanwhile, Sachika and Lakia go into the boiler room of the bathhouse in order to find the human presence, which is exactly where they were. But then they get ambushed by one of Longo's henchmen. So, of course, naturally, Lakia goes 1v1 against him. So, what's really cool about Lakia's fight is that he goes straight to his jelly form. The almost the entire fight, he goes completely invisible. And what's really cool is that he summons a bunch of arrows to fire down at the agent, and the arrows, turns out, could also be invisible, just like Lakia. So by the time when he turns visible again, there's a huge storm of arrows shooting down at the one agent. That was actually a really cool strategy to use. Like, I'm really impressed by this. It's a short fight, but still a cool one. Meanwhile, in the fight against the monkey Granute, Shoma switches to using Zaku Zaku chips, a form we haven't seen in quite a while. I think the last time we actually saw his form was when he did the whole chocolate dip thing. But still, this was like before he got sick, and like he could only use the sorbet form. But I love seeing the Zaku Zaku chips using their full utilization. And what's really funny is like I mentioned back in episode 2, like the weakness is like, oh, like if you use the wrong angle, it breaks apart easily. But he could like squeeze out a new stack of blades. And he uses the full advantage of this. Like, he even has like one of his Gochizos catch one of his two blades when he crashed into Hanto. And naturally, like, he even deliberately breaks one of his swords just to like break through the enemy defenses, only to resummon it and like slash him from up close. And then naturally they use sorbet and frappe forms to finish him off. It's a pretty standard fare. It's really cool to see them do like a double rider kick together, sorbet and frappe, because like this is the first time we see them do a double kick in a while. But seeing them use their strongest forms together, and I love how Shoma has this cool blue motif to him, while Hanto has like this crimson one. And of course, the four characters start celebrating their victory, and because they defeated an agent, they defeated a Granute, they saved a bunch of human presses, and of course, like like they want to, and of course, like while Hanto and Lakia are not quite friends yet, Shoma feels very optimistic. Meanwhile, in Liesel's condo, we get probably one of the creepiest scenes we've seen since episode 28. Okay. I know it's only 2 episodes since then, but hear me out. Jeeb pulls out his disguise doll and puts on Sheeta's disguise doll. He turns into Sheeta's human form. And he's staring in the mirror. And I'm thinking, that is some creepy-ish. You know, Robot Chicken had an interesting skit where the movie Jack and Jill is actually Jack, Adam Sandler's character, being one person. Like, Jill is actually Jack in disguise, and he imagines that Jill is a separate person because he was apparently traumatized that Jill died in an accident, so Camp Sleepaway. But yeah, Lisa's like, oh, don't worry, like, you're cute in this form. You could stay in this form forever if you want to. And I'm like freaking out about this. Like, Lisa, seriously, why? That's freaky. But later on, the president and Liesel show up at the Stomach family room and announces that now Liesel will be the new president of Stomach Incorporated. And naturally, after her husband, Jeeb is the new vice president. And Jeeb's first order of business is to demote Longo down to acquisitions. Basically, Lango's new job is Jeeb's old job. The plot thickens. This is very interesting. Where is this going to go? Okay. I have a lot to say here. First of all, choreography, fantastic. Special effects, phenomenal. Comedy, beautiful. But the drama, now that is intense. Like, I can't get over like how intense this drama is. Like the fact that Jeeb and Longo switch positions since the start of the series, it's like, I'm dying to know where this goes next. Because there's so many ways it can go. And I know there's massive resent building up between between the stomach family and the Желудок family. Oh man. And Jeeb is caught in the middle of it, whether he's aware of it or not. He can enjoy his moment in the sun for now, but karma is a B. So let's hope for him that it doesn't bite him as hard as it looks like it might. This episode is a 10. This is a fantastic episode. Like it's practically flawless. Like there's no complaints, no notes. Like it's a really well done episode, and it has me hungry for more. I don't often feel this excited for a new episode in the last year, and by last year I mean since September of 2003. So yeah, where's this gonna go? I just like man, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys thought. I can't believe they pulled a sleepaway camp. I know. Tita was really Jeeb in disguise. I'm actually trying to do the face like. That was a freaky movie. Sleepaway Camp. If you've never seen it, watch it. It's one hell of a movie. Either Lengo will die next due to being demoted, or Jeeb will die next for getting too cocktail. I think you meant cocky. But will it be show? Oh man, you got some serious autocorrect issues, don't you, man? By the way, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Who kills him or Longo? Well, at least you spell Longo correctly. Yeah, like no, it's yeah, I know where you're going with this. Like you're thinking Shoma being the main character is going to kill Jeeb or Longo because Longo wants revenge, but I'm also thinking it could very well be Liesel because as they established in an earlier scene, and they did a good job because it's such a small scene, but it could have such a massive payoff. Liesel is very she's very fickle in her interests. Like she's like super passionate about things that she finds interesting, but also they establish that her interests wane to and shift on a dime, which means that all the passion she has for Jeeb, it could die out at any moment. Like maybe she only liked Jeeb because he was interesting. And who knows when he will stop being interesting. And when he does stop being interesting, what will Liesel do then? I know what you're probably thinking. Oh, like maybe, but like they're married though. But the thing is, marriage is political. Like, remember, originally, Longo wanted to marry off the twins because in order to improve the Stomach family social standings by marrying them off to nobility. Jeeb did just that. He got married specifically because the Желудок family is super rich. Like, it's the president's daughter. Like, freaking, it's like a decom movie just waiting to happen. My day with the president's daughter. She thinks I'm cool because I'm disguised as a human. But yeah, just as Jeeb probably plans on stabbing her in the back when he finishes humiliating Longo, I'm pretty sure she plans on stabbing him in the stomach because she probably only got married to Baka probably let her get married because because that puts him in a position where the stomach have to be really close to him. Like, he has prime political real estate when it comes to the monopoly of dark candy and access to the human world. So let's see how this political intrigue of the Granite world plays out. Well, that's it for the comments, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon so you're notified for our latest videos. We are doing Ultraman Classic on Mondays, Kamen Rider Gavv on Wednesdays, number 1 Sentai Go Juger on Thursdays, and finally on Sundays, we are doing a classic Kamen Rider from 1971. Our next batch of episodes that we're doing this Sunday will be the end of the second arc. That's right. We by the end of the next episode we will be at 52 episodes. Can you believe it? 52 freaking episodes. And only 46 to go. And 3 movies. So, wish us luck. And yeah. Also, check out the Buttery Show. We're going to have new content coming up soon. And also, if you want to follow me on my personal page, you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto, where I'm also streaming some of the Morphin Network content on my Twitch channel. So you have 3 different platforms in order to watch our content. We are getting really close to 3K subscribers on YouTube. We want to reach that milestone. We haven't figured out quite yet what video we should do for that milestone. But if you have any suggestions, let us know in the comments. Until next time, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Stay safe, stay hydrated, update emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and we'll see you again next time. Peace out.